and welcome to episode 511 of Prog Review. Today, if you haven't read the title or description, I'm talking about this one. And it is Before the Dawn by Kate Bush. And this is, of course, it's the vinyl set, which I rather foolishly purchased. No, it's all good. This is the well, technically her second live album. Because she's only done two tours. See, this was the second one back in was it 20? I always forget what year it was. Was it 2014? 2014, 2015, 2014. Yeah, 2014. Because like I said, I gave the missus my ticket to go as a birthday present, and so she actually saw it. She actually went and saw the gig. It was very good. I was a little bit disappointed that there wasn't a DVD or a Blu-ray of the whole thing, because it's very theatrical. Mrs. said it's very theatrical. You really do, for the tickets were expensive, but for the ticket cost, it was there was lots going on. You know, you felt like you'd got your money's worth. And like a certain King Crimson concert I could mention. Oh, I'm not letting them off. But you remember, you got to see him 3 times, King Crimson, before you can have an opinion. That came out of Mr. Fripp's mouth himself. There you go. I think he's trying to get more money out of me, personally. But I digress. So this is... I mean, Kate Bush announcing that tour was a big surprise. Again, no one ever thought she'd, return to the stage. It's all down to her son, Albert, or Bertie, getting his mum up there. And he appears on the stage with her. And it's a very interesting live set, because it's divided up into 3 acts. The first act is, it's not really greatest hits, but you get a few hits like Hounds of Love and Running Up That Hill and King of the Mountain, and some tracks from her other albums. Obviously, it must be her favourite tracks. So you get that. It's a bit odd. It's a little bit disjointed. That's for me. That's kind of the weakest point of the concert, because it just felt a little bit, I don't know, because it wasn't quite a greatest hits. If you know what I mean. It was, it was a bit of an odd mix of songs, but hey, that's up to her. She's the artist; she can do what she wants. But for me, I just thought it would have been nice to pay a little bit of fan service and roll out a few of the classic, more classic Kate Bush songs, because these, I think, they're all quite modern in terms of her career. They're all kind of down the latter end of her career rather than the beginning. A version of Wuthering Heights perhaps would have been nice, or Wow, or Man with a Child in His Eyes, but you don't get that. So like I said, it's more that end of her career. And then you got the second disc, which is the whole second side, if you're on vinyl, of Hounds of Love, which if you're familiar with that album, that whole second side is almost like it's like a concept album, but it's expanded. They expanded it a bit further, and it works really well. There's a little theatrical bit, and there's a little dialogue bit in the middle, which is a bit odd, watching them without her, which kind of tries to help explain some of the story. But again, you hear all this stuff going on, and you're not sure what the imagery is. That's the shame we haven't got the pictures, because you get the feeling something's happening, and the little red battery light is flashing. So what I'm going to do, because I'm on a roll, I'm going to quickly swap the battery out, and it's going to be like magic. All right, you ready? And like I said, it was like magic. Again, I do check the battery life, and it says 2 bars, and then all of a sudden it goes down to red. That's what I don't like about the old Canon camera. It doesn't give you a true reflection of your battery life. But I digress. So anyway, you have the whole thing is there for you. The story of the woman washed out to sea, hoping to be found. And that's the story. And again, it's very, very compelling. But again, without that imagery, there is a sense of what's going on. I'm missing something. Again, I can imagine, again, if you're not familiar with that album, but of course, God, anyone who's going to buy this is going to know that. Is going to know that bit. They're going to know what's going on. So that's by the by. I'm just saying, if you came to it as not a strictly Bush fan, and the same can be said for the third fingers, the third act, which is from the Ariel album, Sky of Honey. And again, you get the whole album there. Now I'm a big fan of that. I love that. I love the Ariel album, and for me, this is the closest I'll ever get to owning a copy of Ariel on vinyl, unless they reissue it. And so for me, big thrills, and it works. It works really well. Only again, my problem is with the album. It is, you know, it is split up over so many sides. I mean, look how many sides there are. I don't know if you can see that on the back. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides, and so you do have to flip the record a lot. Flip the record, you know. So for me on the vinyl, it's a bit of an effort. You just are constantly turning records over. But so I can imagine it works a lot better on CD. I mean, I'm lucky because of Amazon; they give you the digital download, so I have listened to it on digital download, and it's seamless. But again, with the record, it sounds lovely. Only criticism: mixed rather low, so I have to really crank the amp up. You get that sometimes with vinyl. Sometimes with vinyl records, a little bit low, and this is one of those ones. But it is a lovely package, if a bit expensive. But yeah, as a total thing, I mean, it's peerless in terms of representing a moment in time, and you can't complain. Again, I mean, Kate Bush, who, like I said, last time she played there was it 1979 at Hammersmith Odeon. I don't know what they call it now. Hammersmith Apollo. They change it. They changed the name. So by the time I've said this, they've probably changed it to something else. The Hammersmith whatchamacallit. But yeah, so if you listen to her voice and her performance, it's peerless. It's like she's never stopped, and that's amazing. And the band are really tight, and the arrangements are really good, and it really is a really compelling performance, and it is amazing that, you know, a woman of her vintage, and I'm not saying that because, you know, she's getting on. We're all getting on, but it's the fact that there's been such a big gap between live performances, and you'd think there might be a little bit of luster, but there isn't. It's almost like she's been doing it forever, and that's the cruel twist of it, because who knows if she'll do any more. Could be another 30 years. Mind you, I doubt that would be another 35 years. That can't be right. But because it's so good, you feel like that she has cheated her fans somewhat, because, you know, she could pop up again and do another, you know. But hey, I guess you've got to take what you're given. A wise man once told me, you get what you're given, and in this case, we have to appreciate that we've been given this, and this is the format that it's in, and, you know, there are no words, it's only audio. And yeah, I mean, I think, again, if you are a Kate Bush fan, it is really an essential purchase. I mean, it's you know, you'd be stupid not to pick it up. The only thing is that, like I say, with the vinyl, lots of turning over. I think they could have structured it better, maybe. But then again, it's the technical limitations of the vinyl, Darren. You know, they should have issued it on 1645 RPM records and really messed with our heads. But yeah, and you also get an extra track called "Never Be Mine," which was recorded at rehearsals and was never performed. So you get a little extra in there as well. So yeah, boring as it is an essential purchase. It's five. What can I use? It's five aerials. I think I've used aerials before. How about five lilies out of 5? It's an essential purchase if you're a Kate Bush fan. If you're not, and you want a lot of Kate Bush for a really cheap price, because I mean, I think you can probably pick it up. Let's see how much it is on Amazon now. Amazon. There are other retailers are available, but you know what it's like. At the time of recording, making this, the audio's up to £21. I remember the audio was 15 when it first came out, so that's gone up. Oh no, they've got it for a tenner. Oh, this is the thing. Get it for a tenner. Amazon. I'll put a linky in the description. Pick it up for a tenner while you can, because it is worth it, and you get a lot of Kate Bush for your buck. Get a lot of Bush for your buck. Oh, come on. I had to do at least one Bush joke. Come on. Come on. What you'd expect it from me. Anyway, so on that, I'm going to round up because I've just noticed the time. Got to pick up the kiddie winks. And so anyway, my name's been Darren Locke, and I've been talking about this epic Before the Dawn live album from Ms. Bush and her cohorts, the K Fellowship. I always get it. I'm thinking the KT Big Band, what it was called. Anyway, so that's that. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing to say apart from don't forget to stick it right up or down. Subscribe, and there's the Patreon. Give me all your lovely money. Cyber Fame Junkie, you get it. And on that, there's only one more thing to say, and that is prog on.